Lewis, last time we spoke, you were drenched in champagne and you were kind of wired with the fact that you just won your third World Championship. Less than a week later, I don't suppose you've had much time to let it sink in, really?
Not really, because it just keeps rolling on, you keep working, but I'm feeling pretty mellow right now, but of course feel calm and in my heart and happy, of course.
What kind of reaction have you had?
I've not really noticed it, to be honest. I've seen some friends, I've had a lot of messages. Not really noticed it. It's much different. Maybe when I walk through here, but we're on a new track, so I'm meeting more new people, obviously here in Mexico. I'm noticing I'm taking more pictures, but that's about it.
Is it more difficult because you've got another race this weekend, do you think? It's hard to kind of let it settle. You've just got to think about being back on track here.
Possibly, yeah, I think. But I think I don't know. It doesn't really change a huge amount. It doesn't really change anything, We continue racing, and of course it's a great milestone to have, which I'll always have alongside my name. But otherwise, we're still racing, we're still fighting on track, and I'm still in race mode. So I guess it's because I haven't switched off like they do after a season.
Yeah, understandably. And where was your head in that race? Because for a while the championship wasn't on, was it?
I don't know. It was always on. It was always on. Well, I think like at the weekend, people were talking about this championship, and I was just focused on doing the job as well as I could do it, as I do every weekend. And so when I was in the race, I got a great start, fell back, it was forwards and backwards. For a moment, it looked unlikely. I guess there's something in your head where you see the percentage chance of winning, and you always believe it's 100% chance you could, the chances are as good as they can be. And then as you go through the race, the percentages drop, and then they increase and they drop, and that's the kind of feeling I had. And then I was behind him after the safety car, and I was like, I know I've got this, because I had 5 laps fresher tyres. I was quicker than him in the dry, and you see things like what happened when I'm behind him. So I was looking forward to it, and I was excited. But then, anyways, it made it a lot easier for me when I came past. So, and then after that, obviously, I wasn't able to keep up. So.
And when you've got that gap, that time when you were in the lead and you knew you could win the championship, what is going through your head then?
Oh, it's like a countdown. It's a long ass countdown, man. You just 8 laps, 7 laps, 6 laps, and it's like it takes forever. But I think I was thinking about. I was just hoping my car just held together, and it had done all year long. But still, I was rubbing the cockpit. I was like, "Come on, baby, we're nearly there." And I do it all the time. I do that all the time. I've done that since my karting days. So.
And he said on the day, "It's the best day of my life." Why was that third championship so special for you?
Well, I think just because as a kid, I'd obviously had my mind set on the goal, which was to get to Formula 1 and to be a world champion, which I told Ron when I was 10. And then I'd see Ayrton, and of course I always wanted to do something similar to Ayrton. I would always say similar because I didn't want to let everyone know what my real goal was, which was obviously to do, which was to, emulate him and literally do exactly the same as what he had achieved. So I just said I'll do something similar, and I'll be grateful. Just even to have the one was an amazing accomplishment for me. So I think just with all the things that have gone, when I look at the past, all the years, the ups and downs, the negatives and the positives, and moving team, and everyone's negative, majority, 95% at least, negative comments on that, and then to see how it's evolved for the better, and I guess just a bundle of things just come together, and I think it just made it the best day, and especially to win like that. It wasn't a pole to the end, or I had to finish 5th, and I just so happened to finish 5th because I passed some guy at the last corner. It was like I earned it, I went out, I drove one of the best races I feel like I had driven for a while, for some time. So it just felt strong, it just felt amazing.
When you made that switch that you were talking about there, to Mercedes, could you see this happening?
Absolutely, I mean, could I see me winning 3 world championships, or 2 world championships with them? I didn't know how many I would win with them, I just knew that I had huge belief that this was going to be the right decision. It was not a fluke, it was not a guess, because I wouldn't make a guess like that. It's a big risk, to go to a team which is currently like the 5th fastest team, to then, from a team where I was nearly winning the World Championship, there was no, you don't do that. You know, I did my due diligence. I understood from my my sit-downs with Ross, understanding what the plan was, where they're going, and it seemed super positive and had a lot of potential. So I was like, this is going to be amazing once this comes together. But I didn't know when all of that would take effect and when it would kick in. So I was like, maybe it's going to be 3 years, maybe it's going to be 4 years, you know, and it happened in 2. So pretty amazing.
Yeah, really amazing. And you've achieved your lifelong dream now of 3 World Championships, the same as Ayrton Senna. Where do you go from here in terms of markers? You know, does something like Vettel and Prost urge you, or are you just looking for a 4th? Does Formula One history mean a lot to you?
I don't look at those other drivers and have any desire to match them or anything like that. Nothing like what I have with Senna. Of course, I want to go out and win races, which inevitably means winning championships. But I'm not looking at Vettel and saying I want to equal him. I have a care to go out and do my best and obviously get the results, but I don't have a care to match any of the others moving forwards. But of course, I think Formula One history it's great to be a part of that history, and I'm proud of that. Proud that now, no matter what, even if I stop today, the Hamilton name is always going to be up there amongst the 10 greats, or whatever it is, which is very, very cool. And I don't know, I think now this has been a pretty amazing year for me. It's probably been the busiest. I don't think I've ever worked as much before. I've never traveled as much before. I don't think I've been as consistent before as I have this year. I've probably not partied it ever as much before. I've probably not trained and balanced my life as well as I have this year, ever before. But now there's moving forward, there's other plans that I have in place which are will take effect outside. And I think that's really, whilst, as you can see, I can do all these other things and drive well. And
you need those other things to come here and focus on what you're doing on track?
I would not necessarily need, but I enjoy it, and it doesn't take anything away from what I do. So I'm going to try and, next year is the next balance. How do I find the next balance of the things that I love doing and take on some other things that I want to do?
And why do you think you've been able to do that? Is in any sense of that winning the World Championship last year, did it give you a kind of inner calm confidence to move forward, do you think, looking back now?
I don't think so. I think what it is we are programmed at a young age, I feel like I was programmed at a young age to believe certain things. And it's almost like barriers. These barriers are put up by school teachers, adults, TV programs, parents, all these different things. And I guess then you grow up with these barriers and you never step out and step over them. And I think really I've knocked down all those barriers, and it's taken me a long time to knock all those mental barriers down. It's really difficult to put it into words, but that's really what I've done. And so I've been freer than ever this year and done the things that I wanted to do and experimented in new things that I want to experiment in, without a care of what people will say about it, because I know I'm going to turn up and do the job, and I have. And then on top of that, that just kind of that complements that decision, So it's been an incredible year of growth, and I'm looking forward to much more.
You have always said you like driving wheel to wheel. Would you like to be pushed more by your teammate or even the drivers in this paddock so you can experience that more often?
Experience being pushed?
Experience being pushed more.
Well, I think, look at today. Nico qualified pole, so he's driving pretty well. Yep. People think that I'm not being pushed. He is driving really well. I look at his laps and I think, wow, he's come a long, long way, because back in go-karting, he had no chance, But now he's doing really well since he's been in cars, and particularly as he's gone to Formula One, the way he's grown, it's really, really awesome. But of course, I'd love to, the more competition, the better. I love racing people, so, if Sebastian, which they seem like they're getting closer and closer and closer, I hope that we can race with them next year. I'm always up for a challenge. And
you said today, you've come out and said, I'd quite like to finish my career with Mercedes, maybe in a couple of terms' time, 7 years. Nigel Mansell has said that you should go for Schumacher's record, 7 wins. Should I be running down the bookies to put a bet on you for 7 wins?
Oh my God, no. You know what? I think and it probably applies to all walks of life. unless you're Muhammad Ali, who could say that kind of stuff. I think you just got to take it one step at a time. And, you know, when I won the first championship, I was like, of course I want to win another one, but I have to be really grateful for the one I have, because some people don't even get that, you know. And then I got the next one, and then I had to do the same thing, and that's just my way of doing it. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm going for 7, because ultimately it doesn't really mean anything for me to go and reach Michael's 7. I think it'd be cool if he keeps the 7, because he's a legend. In particular, the things he's gone through, I think it would be good for him and his family to hold on to that. If it does happen with Sebastian or myself or someone else, then so be it. But yeah, but I'm gonna be around for a while, so you know, if I put in the work and we do as a team put in the work, I think hopefully it'll be more successful years.
So it's on to number 4. Lewis, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations once again.
Appreciate it.